Pricing trends, inventory, and interest rates. Topics you normally associate with the real estate market, but a lot of it can be confusing. So we have LIFE Realty District Realtor Alex Mavros joining us now to break it all down. How are you doing, Alex?
Doing great. I appreciate you having me back.
It's thrilling to have you back. Obviously, like we said, you know, a lot of these things can be a little bit confusing, but the market in general, you hear so many different viewpoints. So what is the current state of the Las Vegas and the Henderson real estate market?
Yes. So rates are still probably at the highest point they've been in a while. You know, and we don't know exactly when that's going to change. Obviously, with everything going on in the Middle East, kind of a lot of uncertainty out there. But at the same time, inevitably, we do believe it will go down.
Right.
Nobody knows for sure. I wish I had a crystal ball. I wish I had an answer booklet that told us when everything was going to happen. But the great thing is we always know that, you know, right now with inventory being a little bit high, I think a little bit lower than it was about 3 months ago when I was here. So homes are starting to move, with May being when a lot of kids get out of school. There's a lot of people moving. May's a great month. So inventory, you know, with some of the homes that are starting to sell, you are starting to see a little bit more movement. So I know personally on some of my listings, I've actually been able to kind of clean house a little bit. So, you know, had some of those listings go out and slowly but surely putting more on, but they're getting more showing. So you're getting more activity. And again, with those rates being a little bit higher and with inventory still being a little high, you have a lot of these sellers that are willing to, you know, help with closing costs, rate buy downs, whether that be permanent or temporary buy downs. The new builds, which we'll kind of talk about as we move forward, some of those new home builders are just giving away the farm.
So I was trying to get a handle of what you were saying just there, because some of the things you're saying is like, oh, it's a buyer's market. Then other things you're saying, I'm thinking, oh, it must be a seller's market. So which way is it shifting right now? Because it always seems to tilt.
It definitely tilting a little bit more towards a buyer's market.
Right.
Now, obviously, not a great thing in terms of the rates being higher. Obviously, that doesn't really help the buyer. However, with the concessions that you're able to get from a seller, whether that, you know, in my personal opinion, I would take advantage of the buy downs, whether that's temporary or permanent. And then again, with those new builds, you have some of these builders that are just, you know, 3.9% for the lifetime of the loan, first year 1.9, second year 2.9, third year 3.9, and it stays there on a 30-year fix. So there's a lot, and one of the things that I will share this is a lot of people think with a new build that you don't need an agent. It's actually a great idea to have an agent because there's still negotiations that happen. So they're gonna, a lot of times, a buyer may feel that if they go in there and they're talking to that new home, you know, community, that it's a set price. Well, little secret for everyone, that number can be adjusted as well. So when you have an agent, they may be able to negotiate a washer dryer or window coverings or lot premiums. So there's a lot of things that we could bring to the table that people don't realize.
And that's when they need to come for your expertise. But there's more to you and the business than that. You guys are known for your client and your community focus. So as a broker and as someone who lives and works here, why is it important for you to show that appreciation for your clients and also got that extra effort and have that community focus?
Absolutely. First of all, I think you need to be well-rounded. So I'm very blessed to be working, you know, with the Boys and Girls Club. I'm on their board of directors, and a gentleman you had on the show last week, Ryan Patrick, with Life by Music. I'm on the board of directors for Life by Music as well. So there's, you know, you need to, number one, you need to be able to give back. That's really the most important. And so I try and do that with my business, with our brokerage. We also work with the Childhood Cancer Foundation. My brokers do a Christmas party, and they do a bunch of different things throughout the year. So that really tells you a lot about the people that you work with, the broker that I work with, and then also the opportunities that I have to be able to give back. Because, you know, we're very blessed to live in this world, in this country that we live in, and you want to be able to give back as much as possible.
It's great to hear. We're running a little short on time now, so I do want to kind of get back to those new properties. You spoke briefly about the buyers, you know, thinking that they can only get a set price. What are your thoughts about all these new properties popping up around the valley and the quality or the opportunities there for buyers? Yeah,
you know, it's funny. I actually went to one of the new builds up far northwest. You know, being born and raised here, like, to see how far out some of these communities are insane. Beautiful property. Like, that was a Pulte new build, and those were about as close to the mountain as you can get. But again, the great thing is, you know, again, I always want to put as much confidence in the resale market. But there are a lot of beautiful properties, whether that be out at Lake Las Vegas, up in Inspirata, some of the different communities, and the incentives that a lot of those new builds give. Now, here's one buyer beware. Always get an inspection, even on a new build.
Yes.
A lot of times people think, oh, it's perfect, it's
You've
brand
seen the
new.
horror stories, yeah.
I've seen some horror stories, so that's the buyer beware that I would always share. Always get an inspection, even on a new build.
At worst case scenario, it gives the customers an opportunity, much more opportunities there as well. Yeah. Alex, thank you so much as ever for you joining us. And if you want to get in touch with Alex and to learn more about LIFE Realty District, just visit 702property.com.